What's up, everybody? It's the homie John Dog here with our first guest on the Aerospecific Lifers vlogcast. It's a good friend of mine, Anthony Rojas here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So we're gonna kind of let this first episode flow, see how it goes. Anthony wants to give us a little backstory on who he is.
Um, Back in the day, I got into Hondas from my older brother. Um, this was like before the Fast and the Furious movie days, where everybody really got into the scene, I guess you could say. First car was a 1995 Honda Civic hatchback, frost white. From there, I had a few other cars. Currently building a street, I guess you could say drag, with shooting for 800 plus horsepower. And I guess you could say I'm the founder of Winnie Fest too. It's been going on for I say like 7+ years. Next year should be the 10th year, but some of the little meets before it was actually called Winnie Fest and it was official. I guess you can't really say count. Some people count them, but either way, it should be about 10 years next year. So thanks for everybody that showed up in the past and everything else.
Yeah, so like I said, known this guy for a really long time. I have a lot of great car memories with him, so we're just gonna talk shit for as long as we can.
Yeah, we covered like any topic. I think before you brought the idea of me even being on the show, we were talking about the spoon prices and all that, and Mugen hype, and then just recently the talk of the S Dubs being reissued, and that was one of the topics we wanted to cover. And as we were talking about that, you started seeing a lot more people buying Regas, refinishing them, trying to go for the spoon look, but it's a crazy hype for any brand right now, especially Spoon and Mugen, because the prices are crazy. Just like
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
but just like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But I think with anything, it's like that. Like just throughout the years, it seems like Mugen has this like phase where it goes through like a bunch the prices like skyrocket on stuff, and the rare parts just pop up because people see the opportunity to make money. And I think right now it's just more like an opportunity for Spoon. So it's one of those things where yeah, there's all this talk about the re-releases and the reissues, but is that gonna affect the market? Not really, because people will buy them, but I think more like pure enthusiasts will want the original I guess it would be like first gen stuff now. So yeah, that's kind of shitty but kind of cool. I won't be buying a set because they're probably gonna be really expensive, like the MF10s. But
Well, even when they were talking about the Spoon release, what were they saying? They'd only be available in, was it 18-inch, 19-inch?
there's talks about doing 15 to no, I think it's 16 to 19.
Oh, so they did.
Something like that, yeah. So, but they were gonna come in like a nasty like 45 or something offset for like the fit or something.
Oh, okay.
If they're a 4x100, but
Because
I
the
don't
original
know.
talks were trying to accommodate for the 10th gen Civics, right?
Yeah.
That's why they wanted to re-release them.
Yeah. There's talks about the design being slightly different, so I mean you're not gonna be able to pull it off as like something that's like
Original.
original
You
or
can spot the difference.
yeah, you should be able to spot the difference, which is smart because I mean the only really difference on the MF10s is that the bronze is slightly different from what I hear. So, and obviously the sizings there's a lot more 16x8.
Those actually, did you hear about those issues people were having with the Mugens?
No.
Some of them actually come with like little cracks or scratches.
Oh really?
More scratches than cracks, but either way, it's pretty crazy that they're flawed right away at the first batch.
It makes them unique.
Yeah, that's usually how it is with anything. The first batch usually screwed up, so you usually have to give it some time. But with those wheels, there's no time.
Yeah, it's no time
Oh,
on there too. But like I said, nothing against that. That's just cool. Like whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I mean, I'm a hoarder of random shit, so you know, definitely not mad at that. But yeah. So let's talk a little more about your sport front wheel drive drag car, and possibly a grudge match, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I started off with it's a '97 Honda Civic EX. It was all stock for a while. It was my daily. And then, of course, with anything, you can't leave it all stock. So threw an Alice VTEC. It was a little simple 200 horsepower setup. From there, it was pretty cool driving on the streets, messing on the track every now and then. And then our buddy that you know, Albert, he passed away, and we finished his car. It was a 750, almost 800 horsepower car, and that actually gave me the itch driving a boosted car, boosted setup. So the last setup I had in the car was a K-swap and just simple bolt-ons, and decided to scratch that and build a build a boost setup. So currently running my buddy Albert's old Sleeve B20 block, GSR head, and just a simple setup, precision turbo, GT42, and altogether there's a bunch of little odds and ends I have with it, but that's the goal, is about 800 horsepower, just sub 10s, just drive it on the street every now and then and take it to the track. So that's the plan. Almost done, I guess, but everybody always says it's almost done.
It's almost done.
One more thing you gotta buy, then that one more thing turns to 10 things. So
yeah.
that's usually what it is.
You mentioned before that you were K-swap, which, like I said, I've been there throughout from the beginning when you had the car. But what was the main reason to go from K to back to the B series setup? Really
well, for me, what the K setup I had, it was perfect. I was daily driving it. It was perfect everyday driver. I think what it was for me was the access to B series parts in our area is a lot easier to obtain than with the K setups. Because I did think about turboing the K, but the K swap I did have was a K20A3, which was another thing I wanted to do. Was everybody does a K swap, they want to do a K20A, like a Type R setup, or K20A2 from a Type S, and I wanted to be different, so I did an A3 setup. I locked the rockers, did a Type S cams, straight bolt-ons, K-Pro, and it actually held up against other B-Series bolt-on cars that were, and some were built with aftermarket pistons, rod setups, and the car held up to its own, so it wasn't too bad, and it wasn't really that I was tired of the K, it was just B-Series parts are more easily attainable and easier to buy, and the price is a lot cheaper. Well, at least what I've seen, the price is a lot cheaper. So that's what I'm shooting for, just a high horsepower B series to try to turn some heads. Johnny was joking around. Well, our other buddy's name is Johnny Angel. Everybody calls him Angel.
But I'm Doggy.
Not to confuse Doggy right here. But to talk about earlier about the grudge match. He talks a lot of crap about my car because I'm kind of like on a budget build, I guess you could say, because he's just buying nothing but new parts, dropping $50K plus. But here I am just when I was selling all my K stuff, I was just swapping everything for B parts. So that's how I started with the build, and I kept telling him, hey dude, as soon as my car gets done, it's gonna whoop you and I'm just gonna drag your ass. So we've been going back and forth for a while already, and it's been over a year since we've both been working on our cars. He used to have a blue GSR setup, or blue GSR with I believe it was a turbo GSR, right?
Yeah, turbo GSR.
Pushing over 900, and his last time at the track, I think, was good for, I think, a mid-9 or something, but his piping blew off or something. His charge piping came off. But that was the last track event he went to, so he scrapped that car, building up a whole new car, a black ITR, crazy setup. It's going to be over 1,000 horsepower, so everybody that I know is rooting for me because I'm the underdog, and I'm talking all this shit, so we'll see what happens, and hopefully we're trying to settle it at IFO in Bakersfield, so that's the plan. So
be there.
Yeah, hopefully that happens.
Or not, records and stuff. And I think with that whole, like, as far as like on like social media and stuff, I know like there's a few dudes who like hype up like drag racing again, so kind of, But no, like I can respect that, But at the same time, like I said, I've been around, and that's one of the things too. Is like a lot of the drag racing guys, especially when you see them up close, they're super cool. They're willing to lend a helping hand, like when Albert's car was at the track.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely have a lot of respect for those dudes. But I got into this because I thought it was fun, or it was something that I thought was cool that no one was really doing, or like doing in a way that I like. So, and I think that's kind of the same reason like everyone gets into it, especially around here. Going back to like the Fresno racing days and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Fresno racing.
Yeah. This guy fucking wanted to buy everything. You could buy everything from him for $2 in a bag of hot Cheetos.
Yeah,
so.
that was my gimmick. I always offered a bag of hot Cheetos or to buy things on top of whatever the asking price was. And same thing when I'm selling something, I always told them to bring a bag of hot Cheetos. And surprisingly, a lot of people did. And one of my friends that I'm still chilling with every day now, I met him 8+ years ago, was Adrian, video guy.
Video guy.
That's how I met him, man. He brought a bag of hot Cheetos and he bought some coilers off me. So shout out to Adrian.
Shout out to the homie Adrian. One of the reasons to start this vlog is kind of just to get the Central Valley, I don't want to say on the map, but like kind of like shed light on the Central Valley because everyone, really looks up to, as far as like from what I remember, they all look at like Northern California, Southern California, but there really isn't anything Central California oriented.
People talk shit on Central Valley saying we're the armpit of
Yeah.
California and this and that. But hey, man, there's a lot of shit going on over here.
Yeah.
We keep it alive. We got a lot of shit going.
Weenie Fest.
Yeah, Weenie Fest. We got shout out to Billy in there. You remember they did
Billy?
the West Coast meet over there? Yeah, West Coast All Stars.
So.
Or even Billy. You talk about Billy.
Yeah.
He was in an FF battle representing.
Yeah. See,
All-Star.
that's people don't realize that. It's. You tend to look at the one or two main guys, but no, shout out, Billy and Joey,
even Kirby.
Kirby, dude,
Kirby just won. He just won over there in Buttonwillow.
Oh really?
Yeah, he just won
at Buttonwillow. But dude, that's there's a lot of people who are into a lot of things around here. I know one guy that is Sean Lucas, and he's actually like really big blogger now. He runs the Narita Dogfight, and so he came from. Like we came from the same small town. Like I remember when his SI was boosted and with Daily, so it's pretty cool. Like I said, there's a lot of people who come from the Central Valley, but dude, I totally forgot about Kirby and
Kirby
Billy and those guys.
Well, see, both those guys went from drag racing, messing around, and then at the same time going to the go track to go put it down in Buttonwillow and everywhere else.
What else can we talk about, dude? Talk about the rise of Bitcoin, dude. This guy's fucking addicted to Bitcoin. I tried my hand at it. My bank fucked me, so I don't want to talk about it. But
well, see, I was just trying to catch the wave. I got into Bitcoin kind of late. Or shout out to our buddy Crackzilla from
the
Arizona.
homie Crack. Gotta represent Arizona, dude. Shout out, those dudes fucking grind because like Mark.
Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark. Down since '85.
Yeah.
He drove what the past 3 years or 2 years.
Well, he came this year, last year.
I thought he came one more time.
He came 3 times.
Oh, for the Chronicles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much this dude's super down. Like he'll come, he'll chill with us. It's like a 9-hour drive from Arizona for him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And what's funny is like he'll come for Weenie Fest. He'll come like the day before, chill. We'll all like just go hang out because he knows Joey from All Star also. So we'll go catch up with everybody. And it's funny because he'll go to the meet for like 2 hours and then he's like, all right, I gotta go home.
That's smart.
So,
but see, that's the crazy thing with these cars is you build these friendships online. You never seen this. It's like what people, there was like a meme, something about that one follower you had that likes all your stuff.
Yeah.
And then you finally meet him or you finally get his number and text him or whatever because of car stuff and you're like, hey dude, there's a car meet coming. Hey, I'm having Weenie Fest coming.
Yeah.
You should come through. And
even though the homie Crack didn't come through, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, and Mark came through that first time, and ever since then, he's been coming since, and that's much respect for him, man. That's a crazy drive. And
yeah, man, we definitely, hopefully we can get something going this year. I don't know, like we'll incorporate Weenie Fest into it, but just something bigger to get, like, because there's a lot of guys who are heavy influences into, as far as like our scene, more like the 90s Hondas and even the newer generation stuff, but Neo guys, the Just for Fun guys, those guys really put it down.
Shout out to
Juan, the homie, my son, Mijo. No, but those guys, like I said, those guys have really good eye for like, I guess the meaning of era specific stuff, like the golden age Hondas. Yeah, they're like purists in a sense. So.
Yeah.
Definitely respect them. Got along with them as soon as we met them. But like I said, it's funny. Like, you know these people on the internet, and then like you meet them in person, and they're not stuck up. They're not that guy.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, they're not that asshole. So it's definitely, I think the Honda scene has changed, and that's primarily what we know because we're like, I respect all cars. I think we all do, but it's one of those things where the Hondas are just what we know. So.
You know what? The most humbling guy I've ever met was probably Mike Tank.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mike Tank is the most humblest dude you could ever meet.
And that guy, it's fucking crazy because that dude's like one of the like
most popular
like OG like SoCal NWP just AM7 dude, taking it way back. That dude is the most respectful guy.
Yeah.
He loves what everyone's doing. He seems to fucking know everyone's name, dude.
Yeah,
he knows everybody.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on. Like he memorizes like your build and stuff like that. So it's definitely cool. Yeah, he's definitely a homie. So we'd like to get something like Southern California going. we're kind of like a hub if you think about it for like
Yeah.
Northern and Central California.
Because we're in the smack in the middle.
Yeah, we're in the middle, dude. So and it would be really cool to get something going, but like I said, it's just all in due time. We'll see how this goes, and maybe we can get some people interested. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, but back to Bitcoin, dude.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin. Yeah, so I forgot
Sorry,
about that.
Crack. You fucking got us off schedule.
Yeah, so we're at the Chronicles meet in October. Our buddy was telling us about Bitcoin. Yeah, well, he brought it up with Bitcoin because we're about to order some food.
Pizza.
Yeah, and talking about Uber Eats, and we're all throwing in money, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a cash limit. Can I throw you some Bitcoin?" And we're like, "Bitcoin? I've heard of it, but
Yeah.
really didn't know all about it." And he's like telling us, "Hey man, you need to jump on it. You need to jump on it." So come Black Friday, price is $9,800. I think he bought in when it was like $2,500.
Yeah.
So 9,800. I was like, I'll test my luck. Threw $300 in that, $300 in Ethereum, and then a week later, seen it go up, threw another $300, and now I'm up $300 now.
$300.
Hey, man,
it was up
but-
500, but you know.
Yeah, it went up 500. It crashed a little bit, and went back up. Crashed, went back up. So, hey, $300 is better than $5, you know. So
Yeah.
just letting it ride.
Yeah. For the drag card, dude. The drag fund.
Yeah. Might as
Noah's
well.
college fund.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're pretty much just using that for that. But
NWP days, man. Those are good.
those are the good days, dude.
Social media, man.
Social media, fucking
Instagram,
killed forums.
everything. They fucking killed it.
Yeah, now we feel like old men because when we talk about forums, you know, a lot of people probably don't even realize that like that's kind of how the IBOC meet and stuff started, like
Oh, yeah.
through NWP. A lot of those dudes.
Well, see, you know what I missed too with the IBOC days and NWP? You go on NWP, you're like, oh shit, IBOC meet's coming up.
Yeah,
Here's a roll call.
yeah,
You see like 1 through like 100. You just add your name,
Yeah.
bump it down the comments. Everybody adds their name. You just
Yeah.
see like, oh shit, so and so's gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh shit, so and so's like in the top 10. Damn,
Yeah.
I missed it. And blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's like,
No, but you know what? In a sense, like the Chronicles meet kind of still has that.
oh
feel.
yeah.
Because like I really like the whole ticket thing, where it's like you get a ticket and it's numbered. Like that was a really cool touch this year.
Mhm.
And one of the things also is that it's still held at the IBOC facility.
Oh yeah.
So that's what makes it cool.
Well, see, the way I look at it with these meets is like the IBOC meets in the past that I attended, you had this parking lot filled up with Hondas and Honda enthusiasts. But the main difference between those IBOC days in the past, like just a few years ago before the Chronicles got as big as it
Yeah.
is the Chronicles has the main cars, the cars you see featured in magazines, cars
That's true.
you see online from far away that you're like, I wish I could see that car. Boom, it's there.
Yeah.
So those are the cars that you get to see at Chronicles, and it's always top-notch builds.
Yeah, well, IBOC used to be like that, and I think it's still to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But another thing that people don't realize, and I think like I know like John from where's he from? The East Coast.
Oh yeah, John.
John.
JDM John.
JDM John. Yeah. He we kind of told him like, oh, he was super hyped when we met him for IBOC, and it's like, yeah, it's cool, IBOC's cool, but be prepared because it's gonna be a mix of all kinds of cars. It's not I don't want to say you're let down or disappointed, but it's reality. Like these cars aren't perfect, or they're because I know my car is far from perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where he kind of told him like, hey dude, like this is what you gotta expect.
Yeah.
And so he kind of saw it, but like I said, like John, he's still down because he flew out for the Chronicles, and the Chronicles, like I said, does bring those top notch builds and that like old feel of like just being super clean and like almost like a perfectionist, like that.
And see, the other thing too is with the cars that you see there, it's almost like personal preference, whatever you like. If you
That's
like
true.
if you like the car that's specifically a track build.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's cool. Like I said, yeah, if you're into the track stuff, like there's a lot of guys doing like the track builds, which is like super cool. But they also use their car at the track. Me, like I don't use my car at the track, unfortunately. I would like to, but that's maybe in the future. But it's one of those things where even then, it's like I don't trailer my car there, or like we never trailered our cars there. So it's always
it was like where we're located. It's about 4.5 hours.
About 4.5
drive,
hours. Yeah. So it's not bad. We're pretty much open like freeway the whole way, open highway. So it's not a horrible drive. I mean, I've definitely done it even back in my my single cam days when I was slammed. Like it wasn't that bad. So, but I think that in that sense too is like that's why I drive my car, because I know my car's not perfect. Because if my car was perfect, then I wouldn't want to drive it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess I could say that too. Well, that and especially like if you're really going for the cleanliness look, you just bought or not bought, but if you paid for like a really expensive
Yeah.
paint job, like
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't want to just drive it over there too. I would, or if I did drive it, I'll mash the shit out of it.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You know, I mean, but we're like I said, I'm all guilty of it. Like, obviously, we all know that I don't rock my spoon lip when I drive my car. One, because it fucking drags on the ground, but
yeah, it'll fucking
like,
crack right away.
yeah, you know, and that's personal preference to everybody. Because there's some people who don't give a fuck and will waste $600 like that. But at the
Hey,
same time,
I rocked my spoon lip too.
You did,
but my shit wasn't slammed.
so did Mark. Mark rocked his.
Yeah, shout out to Mark. Fucking drove his from
Mark,
Arizona,
yeah,
right?
Mark's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Mark's on a different level. I hope maybe I'll go to Arizona soon and I'll do a podcast with him. Maybe we'll go to Arizona, dude. You know, I know the homie Crack always tells us to pull up. So
Speaking of Arizona, what's up with what's the thing's build?
who, dude?
Well, that's always flexing. I can't think of his name right now. He has a DAP Civic too.
Oh, EK4 Surge.
Yeah,
dude.
Surge. That's another highly anticipated.
Yeah,
with a bunch
2020
of,
apparently.
Bunch of Mugen goodies.
Yeah, that dude's a hoarder also.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fire out in Arizona,
Yeah.
man. A lot of Mugen shit.
A lot of which Arizona doesn't get. I don't feel like the coverage they get. You remember the old school, was it AZHT?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like their forum, but I mean we weren't really a part of it because we're not from Arizona.
Yeah,
It's cool though, it's tight.
Yeah.
I respect that. It's kind of like their Fresno Racing, I guess it would be, but theirs covered like the whole like state.
Yeah.
See, but that was the thing. You could be local and you could talk shit. Most of the time, no one would meet up and actually handle business, but
Yeah.
he had those rare occasions where people would meet up and run their cars, and that was tight,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's kind of cool. Like just a little back history on that stuff. Some of the stuff that we've seen, like, I mean, we have been around forever, but we've been around long enough to see trends come and go.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I know, like, a lot of people hate, especially like everything is based on social media now. So it's like, if something's tied on Instagram, like everyone's gonna do it. But that's the thing. It's like here today, gone tomorrow. Like so. Oh, a big event's coming up, so I'm gonna be a baller and I'm gonna buy every single part I can, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like some of those cars are super nice, but it's one of those things where that car was tight. He built that car specifically for the IBOC meet, and then he parted out. Or that was a big thing too. Is like buying all these baller parts, getting a magazine feature. Back when print was still a big thing, and then part out.
About that.
I know I came up on a lot of parts doing that,
Yeah.
like by people who were parting out and stuff.
Yeah, because
so.
NWP had a lot of
A lot of part out threads,
Yeah.
dude. That's what it was hot for. It was also shout out to NWP Not Safe for Work threads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
a good
dope,
one.
dude.
Yeah.
That was
NWP was like the focal point for me, where it was like, holy shit, these are the cars I need
that's the car
to set my standards to as far as building the
Yeah.
car and getting the rarest parts I could find, and not just off the shelf. I could just order right now. Like I want like to source a part, take a while. I can't even remember the hardest shit I fucking took me forever to find.
But like I said, these are our own opinions, so don't fucking try to like talk shit about us and say how we're very one-sided. But that's the thing. It's like you should take it there. It's just our opinion. Like you shouldn't be like,
it's all personal preference.
It is, dude.
Whatever you like, whatever floats your boat. Hey man, more power to you.
Yep. So it's just I like clean Hondas from the '90s, the golden era.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks about '90s Hondas, dude, is that there's always something, especially swaps. Like there's always something. I know I have my ongoing issue with my my coil.
Yeah.
So that's something I gotta look into for what's coming up next. IBOC. Hopefully you'll see another West Coast All Stars.
That'd be pretty dope.
That would be cool, cause that brought a few people. Like I know the Insidious guys came out for that one.
Insidious, City
Stars.
Stars,
Those dudes.
Yeah.
Who else? I know like a lot of like.
Yeah, the Bakersfield dudes.
Yeah, the Bakersfield dudes. I know like EK Nancy came through with her car. Where does the time go?
Yeah.
But I think something like this is a lot better because it's like more natural. Like it's not fucking. You don't have to look at the camera. Or you don't have to fucking do anything like out of the ordinary or talk with like a fucking crazy voice because that's who I am. You know. Like I think that's kind of what I want with this podcast. Is something more flowy, more smooth. Like,
exactly.
And you know what? What's funny is the way we're talking right now is probably the way we would talk to somebody if we met them in person or like at a meet or at an event. So, which is cool.
Yeah, it flowed good, dude.
Yeah, it felt good, dude. So, but yeah, so I think we'll pretty much wrap this one up.
Close this one out.
Yeah. If you see us around, definitely say what's up. To give us feedback on the vlogcast. It's kind of hard because this isn't a podcast, even though we are recording sound. separately, but we're also recording video.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna call it the Lifers Blogcast and fuck it,
Lifers.
YOLO. All right, doggy. Well,
Alright,
thank
man.
you, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on,
Yee.
man.
All right. See
All
you
right,
guys.
guys.
Peace.
See ya.